Have you ever looked around your home and thought to yourself, I don't need to declutter, my house isn't bad at all. Maybe it's tidy, maybe everything fits in your home. Today I want to go back to the basics and talk about why decluttering is necessary for everyone. Not just hoarders, not just people with messy homes, but even for those of us who keep our homes fairly tidy. So let's start out by busting some myths. Tidy does not always equal decluttered. Just because a home looks tidy doesn't mean it's clutter-free. If you've ever seen the TV show Friends, a Monica closet is a great example of this. Clutter can lurk in our cupboards, our closets, our drawers really easily because we don't see it all the time. Over time, those items start piling up, making it really difficult to put items away and make it so we can't tidy our homes as efficiently and quickly as we had been. I have space in my home does not always equal I need it all. What if everything in your home fits perfectly where you store it? Like, for example, your dresser drawers close perfectly every day. Your plastic containers fit beautifully in your kitchen cupboard, and you can easily open that door and know without a doubt that there will not be an avalanche of plastic containers falling on your head. Or maybe your holiday decor fits perfectly in the corner of your garage or your basement. That's pretty amazing, and I would be lying if I didn't say I wasn't a little jealous. But just because everything fits does not mean we have to keep it all. Maybe by getting rid of a couple shirts in your drawer that you never wear, it could make putting away laundry so much easier. Or maybe your family doesn't pack lunches as much as you expected. By getting rid of a couple containers, you make space for something else. Or if you find yourself getting really overwhelmed during the holidays by the amount of decorations you have out, getting rid of some and having less could really lower your stress levels during a really hectic season. Just because we have room for all of the things does not mean we have to keep all of the things. And the last myth we're going to bust today is I'm not a minimalist does not mean I don't have to declutter. Decluttering is more about intentional living than it is about minimalism. If I asked you to think about what you would picture if I mentioned the word minimalism, you might think along the same lines as I do, like bare white walls, very simple clean line furniture, not a lot of decor, not a lot of color, but it doesn't have to be that way. I consider our family to be fairly minimalist, but we still have a lot of things. We love books, games, pillows, and throw blankets, and we love having our family's personalities shine on the walls of our home. Even with being minimalish, I still declutter often. I declutter my whole home twice a year and then do little declutters here and there as needed in between the bigger sessions. And here are 4 reasons why decluttering matters. Your mental load and decision fatigue. Having more stuff means more decisions. What to wear, where am I going to put things, and what am I going to clean first today? Decisions like that. When we have less decisions to make, which reduces our mental load, which is things that we're keeping in our head and trying to keep track of, and also lessening our decision fatigue. And who doesn't want less decisions to make in a day? Even tidy clutter contributes to background noise and stress. We take in a lot of visual information every day, and when we have less to look at in our homes, even if it's good stuff, it can be overwhelming. Less stuff is less stress. Decluttering also helps with our time and our energy. Every item takes time. Time to clean, time to maintain, time to store. And the more time we spend on taking care of all of our items is less time that we're not spending doing what we want or need to be doing. Fewer things is faster tidying, easier mornings, and simpler routines. There's also a potential financial impact when it comes to decluttering. We might overbuy items because maybe we can't see what we have or we can't find what we have. I know when my pantry especially is cluttered and I haven't gone through it in a while, I will tend to buy items because I don't see them. And then all of a sudden I end up with like 10 cans of tomato sauce because I just didn't know we already had it. Or if we can't find a certain item that we need for an event, we might buy it again because we just couldn't find it amongst all of our hidden clutter. Or on the flip side, we might be spending money on containers that we actually don't need because we're hanging onto items that we don't use or don't love, but we think by organizing them we can tame the clutter, when in fact all we really need to do is just get rid of some of the stuff. And then lastly, there's also emotional clutter. We may be hanging onto items because of guilt or obligation or nostalgia. Clutter isn't always just physical items. It could be anything that keeps us from having peace in our homes. When we let go of these items, all of a sudden it not just frees up our physical space, but our mental space as well. I do have a video on getting rid of sentimental items. I will link that in a card and in the description below for you if you are interested in learning more on that. If you're looking around your home and thinking, yeah, still don't need to declutter because I'm not going to have one of those big, massive before and afters, that's okay. It's not always about that. It's not about getting rid of everything. It's about making space in our homes for the items that serve us now. It's also a process, not just a one and done deal. This is something that we need to be doing regularly. And you can still love cozy, full homes and still benefit from decluttering. So I want you to think to yourself, is there any area in your home that just bothers you when you're in that space? Maybe it makes you feel heavy or you feel stressed when you're in that area. It could be a cupboard, a drawer, an entire room maybe. Think about that and then take one small step towards making that space better. Maybe it's by starting by opening a drawer and going, what in here do I not need anymore? If you're looking for inspiration, I did a declutter challenge in April. I will link the playlist in the description and also put a card up right here for you. I went room by room, area by area in my home, tackling a space a day, but I also broke it down into what I would do if I only had 5 minutes. So if you're just starting off or you feel like there really isn't a lot to get rid of in your home, that might be a really good starting spot to just inspire you and encourage you to start decluttering your own home. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever been surprised by the amount of clutter you actually did have in your home that you weren't expecting. I'd love to hear your story. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful or you feel inspired to start looking for clutter in your home to make your home a more peaceful place. Happy decluttering. I'll talk to you later. Bye.